This is video 11 in a 15-part series on Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, and today we're diving into Chapter 11, The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. Now, don't let the title catch you off guard. We're not here to have a shallow conversation about physical attraction. We're here to uncover one of the most powerful forces in human existence, a force that Napoleon Hill believed could be transformed into the very energy that fuels genius, creativity, and financial prosperity. And if you're over 40, looking for answers to your financial struggles or a way to finally break free from the cycle of worry and lack, this chapter may just hold the missing piece you've been searching for. Think for a moment about the strongest drives that shape human behavior: hunger, self-preservation, the need for recognition, and yes, sexual energy. Hill wasn't shy about calling out the obvious. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful of all human desires. But here's the key insight. When this energy is not wasted in uncontrolled indulgence, when it is redirected and transmuted into ambition, vision, and creativity, it becomes a channel through which ordinary men and women rise to extraordinary levels of achievement. What Hill discovered, and what many of us overlook, is that some of the world's greatest leaders, inventors, artists, and entrepreneurs achieved their breakthroughs by learning how to harness this energy and channel it into their life's work. So, what does this mean for someone in midlife, someone perhaps in their 40s, 50s, or even 60s, who feels stuck financially, who wonders if their best years are already behind them? It means that one of your greatest untapped resources is already within you. The energy that once might have been focused on attraction, romance, or even restlessness can be refined into a burning desire to build, to create, and to prosper. And unlike youth, which often wastes energy on fleeting pleasures, maturity gives you the wisdom to redirect it toward lasting results. This chapter is a reminder that passion doesn't die with age. It evolves, and if you learn how to guide it, it can become your greatest ally in creating wealth and meaning after 40. Hill gives us a powerful image. The greatest achievements of humankind have come when strong desires were fused with imagination and persistence. Sexual energy, when transmuted, becomes the spark that ignites imagination. It is the fuel behind inspired thoughts, the invisible push that transforms a mere wish into a clear plan. Without it, desire is weak, fragile, and easily broken by obstacles. But with it, desire becomes an unstoppable force, able to pierce through resistance and carve out new opportunities. If you've ever felt stuck in your financial life, chances are you've been trying to push forward without tapping into the deeper well of energy that lives within you. Now, let's make this practical. Imagine you've been stuck in a financial rut for years, just covering bills, weighed down by debt, maybe even carrying the shame of financial mistakes. What if, instead of surrendering to fatigue and hopelessness, you began to redirect your emotional energy into a vision of financial renewal? What if you took that same intensity once poured into worry or regret and invested it into developing a new skill, starting a side business, or building a network of like-minded individuals determined to grow? That is sex transmutation in action. Not repression, not denial, but redirection. It is the art of using your inner fire to fuel prosperity rather than frustration. And here's something especially relevant for those past 40. Science and psychology confirm that many of the most creative and productive years of life happen in middle age and beyond. Hill points out that countless leaders, writers, inventors, and entrepreneurs created their greatest works after the age of 40. Why? Because by that time, passion has matured. It's no longer reckless. It's refined. And when refined, it becomes power. The tragedy is not that people age. The tragedy is that they allow their inner fire to cool down. But the opportunity, if you're willing to see it, is to reignite that fire and focus it on building the financial freedom you've always desired. Think about how this applies to your everyday decisions. Every time you choose persistence over giving up, Every time you direct your thoughts toward solutions instead of problems, every time you pour emotion into a clear purpose, you are practicing transmutation. You're taking raw energy and shaping it into a force for growth. The truth is, most people waste this energy in complaint, in regret, in procrastination, or in chasing distractions. But those who harness it rise above the average. They tap into a current of motivation so strong that it pushes them through obstacles that stop everyone else. Let's connect this with your financial reality. If you want to turn your financial life around after 40, it's not just about spreadsheets and budgets, although those are important. It's about energy. Do you wake up with something that excites you? Do you have a vision that stirs your heart and makes you want to move forward? If not, you're operating on empty. Sex transmutation is about filling that tank with premium fuel. It's about transforming desire into the force that keeps you going when the road gets rough. It's about turning frustration into fire, and then directing that fire into actions that create wealth. Hill even challenges us to notice how many men and women, at the peak of their powers, suddenly achieve greatness in their 40s and 50s. That's not an accident. That's the mystery at work. They stop wasting energy and start using it. They stop drifting and start focusing. And the same opportunity is available to you, no matter what financial mistakes you've made in the past. And let's be real for a moment. Many people over 40 feel trapped by limitations. They believe it's too late to reinvent themselves. They carry regret like a weight on their shoulders. But what Hill is showing us is that these very years can be your prime time. Because you now carry not just energy, but wisdom, discipline, and perspective. When those combine, you have the formula for financial prosperity. Passion without wisdom burns out. Wisdom without passion dries up. But passion and wisdom together, that's the sweet spot. And that's where prosperity is born. Now pause for a second and ask yourself, where is your energy going today? Are you leaking it into fear, regret, or aimless distraction? Or are you channeling it into building something meaningful, a business, a career reinvention, an investment plan, a legacy for your family? The choice you make determines whether this powerful force lifts you into prosperity or leaves you circling in frustration. Hill's message is bold, but it's liberating. Your greatest source of creativity and drive is not outside of you. It's not dependent on luck or age or opportunity. It's inside you, waiting to be transmuted. If you want financial prosperity, if you want to break the cycle of lack, then you must learn to use your passion as fuel. The more you direct it, the more it grows. The more you waste it, the weaker you feel. And for those who wonder, isn't this too abstract? Think about it this way. Every invention, every business, every piece of art that has changed the world began with an intense, emotional impulse. That impulse was then transmuted into imagination, and then into action. Without the impulse, nothing happens. With it, everything changes. So the question is, what impulse are you feeding right now? If it's fear, then fear will grow. If it's desire, then desire will grow. And if it's a burning desire for prosperity, then prosperity will grow. So as you reflect on your own journey, don't dismiss this chapter as something mysterious or irrelevant. Instead, see it as an invitation to harness the most powerful energy you possess. Whether you are 42 or 62, whether you've stumbled financially or you're just starting to rebuild, you can redirect your inner fire toward a new season of prosperity. You can let passion and wisdom work together to create results that once seemed out of reach. You can use the mystery not to escape reality, but to transform it. And remember, sex transmutation isn't about denying your humanity. It's about embracing it fully, then guiding it toward your highest goals. It's about taking the strongest current inside you and steering it toward freedom, abundance, and lasting wealth. If this video made sense to you, give it a like, drop a comment below, share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe with the bell on so you won't miss a thing. And if you want to take the next step to transform your financial mindset, Check out the link in the first comment below.